CPS Energy ranks #1 among the nation's municipally owned utilities in amount of wind energy capacity. Approximately 1 year ago, in phase 1 of this proceeding, CPS Energy was urging that the Commission proceed cautiously in determining the amount of renewable energy to order injected into ERCOT and the attendant transmission build-out.
So, you know, Austin has a goal of 30% by 2020. I think you all CPS just increased theirs to 20% by 2020. And yet, I hear this cautionary note coming from you. You know, it's man, we want to be green, we want a lot of wind, but we want you to go slow. I mean, you're asking us to walk a very fine line here.
CPS Energy actually recommends scenario 1B as the first stage. After the scenario 1B transmission upgrades are in service, the Commission, staff, and/or any party can petition for the next step of the ERCOT CTO study.
I just don't know how practically how you can, I'm trying to figure out in my own mind how you can say 1B and then we're going to do more after that. I mean, what I'm concerned about is we announce what we're going to do. The development community takes its cues from that. They see 1B, oh, that equals X amount. I'm going to go play somewhere else, right? I'm going to take my resources, my labor, my capital, and go do something else. I think it's going to be difficult to ramp back up whenever we get to this mythical position where we can then assess whether or not 1B has worked out well. It sounds good on paper. I just don't know how we can do it.
So we would like to put as much wind, bring as much wind in as possible with the reliability and economic constraints recognized. And to do that,
well, we'd all like to do that. I mean, isn't that the position that everybody has?
I think so. I think we might put a little bit more emphasis on some of the reliability and economic factors than maybe other parties do. They might argue that we're putting less than some parties have. But
well, I just think you put us in a tough position. I mean, I can just see the headline, Austin Energy. We'd like to have done more, but the Commission chose a too conservative plan. Yeah, can anybody else see that? Tom, please, not right now.
I mean, but there's a couple of things I'd like to, I mean, I really believe in markets. And markets, if they're given enough time and smart people can work on things, they can adjust to a lot of the changes.
Aren't you asking us to constrain the market by virtue of asking us to constrain transmission development, though? Well, I think that's exactly what you're asking us to do. Please limit the amount of new wind generation because we have these concerns, X, Y, and Z, by limiting the amount of transmission you provide.
I would say that the